Happy Reformation Week. My name is Sam from Libanus Church. As we begin today, I just want to ask, how far is too far for you to walk to get something? I don't know about you, but in my house, I often think that my kettle is too far away to go and get a cup of tea. But I wonder, what is the furthest distance that you would travel to get something? Well, today I want to tell you about a story of a little girl called Mary Jones, who was born in 1784. And at that time, Welsh was the first language of most people. And Mary, she developed a love from an early age of the Bible. She wanted to know what it was about, what it said. And she asked her parents, could I go buy a Bible? And they had to break it to her that they couldn't afford it. And so Mary accepted her parents' response, but she went away and she saved up as much money as she could. Every penny she'd save up to buy a Bible for herself. I wonder, what's the longest length of time you've ever saved up for something? Well, Mary Jones saved up for 6 years. That's how long it took her to gather together enough money to be able to buy a Bible of her own. Unfortunately, the nearest Bible for Mary Jones was 25 miles away in Bala. And so Mary Jones, she thought to herself, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to walk the 25 miles to Bala. For her, getting a Bible that she could read for herself, it was worth the 50-mile round trip. And so Mary Jones, she took off her shoes because they were expensive and she didn't want to wear them out on the journey. She began to walk the 25 miles to Bala. And Mary arrived at the shop. You can imagine, tired and exhausted. And she went and she spoke to the shop owner. And unfortunately, he had to break it to her that he'd already sold all of his Bible. All of that walking, all of that journey, it was useless. It was pointless. Mary began to cry and weep because the one thing she wanted, the thing she wanted above anything else, to be able to read the Bible for herself, she wasn't going to be able to get it. And the man looked at her and he simply said, I can see that you must have a Bible. It is simply impossible to refuse you. Mary Jones exhibited and showed how much the Bible meant to her. And I wonder, how much does the Bible mean to us? For many of us, the Bible is probably too far away if it's on one of our bookshelves. I wonder, how much do we value the Bible? How much do we value what it says about life and Jesus and peace and hope and forgiveness? I wonder, does Mary Jones value her Bible a lot more than what we value our Bible? So Mary Jones got her Bible, but that's not the end of the story. Thomas Charles, the man who sold her Bible, he couldn't get Mary Jones out of his mind. And so he went to London, and in a big meeting he said, we need to start producing more Welsh Bibles. And somebody stood up and they said, well, if we're going to provide Bibles for Wales, if for Wales, then why not the world? And there at that meeting, the Bible Society was founded. And the Bible Society to date has given away over 6 billion Bibles. They've translated the Bible into over 4,000 languages and dialects. All because one girl valued the Bible. All of this work has come about because of the love of one Welsh girl to find out and to read about Jesus for herself. If you'd like a Bible, please get in contact with us and we'd love to give you a free Bible, because inside the Bible is the truth about Jesus, the truth about how you can be saved, forgiven and rescued. I wonder, do you value the Bible as much as Mary Jones did?